established that the microphone is on.
The microphone is on this time. I'm pretty sure of that. Back for another Tuesday Night Live. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Tonight, we do have some special guests joining us for a bit of a $5 Thrift Challenge update. So one of our friends from the UK will be joining us, and obviously two of our local legends, Look Mom Hustling. So as per normal, we sort of like to go through the tags that have been happening over on Instagram, show a little bit of the leaderboard and catch up with the chat a little bit before we bring the guests on. So I'll say g'day to everyone quickly. We have Adam in. Good to see you, Adam. Mum's in the house. Michael's here as well. Good to see you, Michael. Drew's really reselling metal detecting. Good to see you, Drew. I don't know what happened there. It did that thing.
It did the thing.
Watch her again.
That's like a segment in itself. The chat jumped.
Ken's here. Good to see you, Ken. Thanks for coming.
All the catching
Captain
up to
Op Shop
do.
Nerd is here. Thanks for being here. Toby
just added $154 to the challenge and cracked 2K.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Shirley's here. Caroline's here.
With
Gma
and
got out of ISO today after crossing the border.
Goodness.
4 degrees in Victoria today. I saw some snow at Jotta's house, so that's pretty cool.
What?
Tamara Mills is here. We've got Murray is in as well. Evening team. Victoria Beautiful. One day COVID
the next.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Paul's here. Here's our future guest in the chat as well. Rack
Coming
Raiders.
soon.
Ben. Good to see you, Ben. Scotty is in as well. Good to see you, Scott. Dave Repairs. Cody Orgle. Good to see you, mate. Samantha is here
Anna
as
Tussler.
well. Good to see you. We accidentally missed the live and won that raffle, so
Super
pretty happy
to
with
win
that.
The raffle. Super bummed out that I didn't get a notification.
I was like halfway through fixing some zero stuff to start paying you and I missed the live. So let's jump straight into some of the hashtags over on Instagram, catch up with where everyone has been tagging because there's been a bunch going on. I'm pretty sure last time we got up to the nudies and that. So looks like we have a new entry from Steph who picked up this really nice rock band guitar for PS4. That's pretty cool. Gumtree Pickup.
The fun is in the testing it.
I wonder if I can just press that button.
Oh,
No, I need to go the other way.
God.
There we go. We have
Ooh.
Secret Treasures of Sydney. Picked up this China bone
Fine
for 5
bone china.
and sold it for $39. We have Sam, Second Life Sales, sold this Roswell, the complete series DVD for $120.
Whoa.
Is that right? Items selling overnight with over 120 in my kitty after fees and postage. Wow, that's impressive. Sam out on the hunt.
I like that one.
Looks like we've sold some marketplace flips here with some Minnie Mouse. What is
Sea
CD
Change.
Change? That is an expensive DVD set. It's not McLeod's Daughters, but it should do very nicely. It should indeed. Reseller Kaz picking up some ink.
That is what I love
That
to
is
say.
very, very cool. I know that Op Shop Weirdness was out there at the same time and pointed it out to us, so that's pretty cool.
Oh,
Bit of
wicked.
friendly help there.
Teamwork.
Steph has sold a bunch of DVDs and stuff.
No,
by the
it's
looks of
Mills
it.
and Boone.
Oh, Mills and Boone. I thought it was DVDs. That's awesome.
Classic.
Captain Op Shop Nerd with his VHS slot and his little mini screen there. That's awesome.
Love it.
We have Reseller Kaz, 2 more for the $5 Thrift Challenge, some City Homicide Series 3 and 4.
Dang, $50.
That's nice, hey. Sega Power Strike from the Urban Foster Megan. I know that she picked up a few of those. So that's pretty awesome.
Did that say that sold in 2 minutes?
You're making
Listed at 6:05,
Yep, it did
sold
indeed.
at 6:07.
That's what you want. We've got Stay in Your Own Lane, sold some Dolce and
some D&G.
I can't say that. That is way too expensive for a $5 thrift item. Re-commerce Dave picked up the Bill, which I know is a very hot commodity on the market, which is nice. Secret Treasures of Sydney.
History sells.
Sold some, are they like what are they called?
Coasters.
There you go. That's what you want to know. There's some stacks going out the door. That's what you like to see.
Stacks.
Murray in the house. New items for the $5 Thrift Challenge. Looks like there's some cool stuff there. Cat's jacket, Mambo shirt, a couple of DVDs. A
I
nice
could do with a
Ford
snuggie
jacket.
right now.
Someone sold some G-Star. Murray sold some G-Star. That's awesome. Love selling G-Star all over that. I know Flip in Sydney has been selling these things like hotcakes. $319 he sold that for, which is insane. What on Gary?
Chris.
Here is Carboot Chris, one of the ones that will be coming on shortly.
Look at that. That's pounds.
Yeah, 149 pounds. That's like $300 for a Yamaha Silver Hi-Fi separate CD player with a remote. And then also the stereo went for 130 receiver. So that's $260. Paid $40 each, essentially, which is very cool. Well done, Chris. Megan picking up some RM Williams. We love
Pink
a bit of
one.
RM. I haven't seen too much
I
pink.
haven't found a pink one yet.
Our boy Frankie with our local waffle pickup. So that's the Western Australian AFL. It's a nice little find. Looks like we got some music going on there. McLeod's daughter's full set. Wow, that's insane. Wow, that's impressive. I don't know how much it was, but
Brad's speechless.
that's awesome. Vintage Bondi GoBot Snoop Blackbird sold for $31. Stay in your own lane.
Well, I do not know what that is. I would've
Stay in
walked
your own
past
lane.
it.
Sold some more Matchbox and Hot Wheels. Toby flipping some Transformer toy figures.
Cool.
There's some more Carboot Chris's sold, so we'll get into those a bit later on as well. Little Tickle Me Elmo, $25.99 out the door.
Look at the note from the
My
buyer.
son is going to love this.
That's cute.
Parker pen out the
Parker.
door. That's a bit different. That's a cool little find.
I've never found a Parker pen.
Heaps of DVDs from
Whoa.
Toby. Designs by Finch. That's probably one that Cara would know. I have no idea on that brand, but it looks very cool. That pattern is
Nice
very
one.
nice.
That was Urban Fossicker.
Dusty Moneymaker picked up. I found this glorious vintage jumper today for the $5 thrift challenge.
Ooh.
And it's a little peeled. What is that?
Dynamite.
Still dynamite first and leave the noise behind. It's like some packing stuff.
We need to
Insulation?
come on and explain that one.
Shrek going out the door from Toby. A bit of an update on Leaderboard, which we'll get into. Here's a bit of Chris's stacks that he's got going
everything
on.
in this stack is part of the $5 thrift challenge.
That's a big stack.
So keep
Wow, that's we'll talk about that when we get him on
To
shortly.
the roof.
Some nice pickups there by the looks of it from Murray in the house.
Loves the $2 day.
Yeah, we don't get too many of those. And speaking to Megan about this Ford jacket today, FPV racing, quite nice. Plucker sold today for Toby for $59.99.
Oh my lord.
And Sam picked up these two games, a Megabucks and a Monopoly. That's pretty cool. Beachside Flips,
tapestry
Tapestry. I reckon we've caught up now. I reckon that's older stuff. Yeah,
I've seen tapestry wool out and about and I haven't even looked it up, so I've been missing out.
All right, so let's catch up with this chat because we've let that get by when we were doing all that.
We've neglected
Who's
it.
on top? Well, Drew, you might still be right up there, I'd say, by the looks of it. Evening from a cold and wet Melbourne. Good to see you, Donna. Oz Riley's here as well. Everyone's saying g'day to everyone, so that's really cool. Nice to see everybody. Hello there. I'm in the kitchen by the toaster. It's probably a good place to be at the moment, I'd say. Just saying hi and have you guys in the background. No worries at all. Thanks for joining us, Scott. Rob Morland's here. Georgina dropped in as well, which we said hello before. G'day, Georgina. Well, Chris is here and he's in the background as well, so he's everywhere. He's doing well. Sarah's dropped in. Good to see you, Sarah. Thanks for being here. Corin, our Facebook resident, is here as well. Steph, good to see you, Steph. Hope you've been well. You're smashing out the bulk buys still.
Mike Orban likes posters.
That's your uncle joining us from the US. So thank you for joining us, Mike. Good to see you. I did that thing right.
It does. It does.
Sam, today I missed your Toby, I missed your trolling. Did I just see a troll? I don't know. Chris is here.
An old man from the UK.
That's a bit harsh. Rob is Corin's husband. Thank you for joining us as well. That's
get
really cool.
everyone on.
Never go past tapestry wool
I'm
from
sorry.
Jazzy's mum. Jen's joined us. Paradox Picker, and I think we're up with it.
You sit
Our
down.
boy Rob is here, and I think we're good. All right. So that's enough rabbling on. We do have a couple things that we want to talk about getting Chris on. So we
Very
did
quickly.
get a little post gift
We got mail
from Nana Tink Treasures. So thank you very much, Trish.
She's got a little note on there.
Says, I have a ton of
ephemera.
There you go. I can't say that.
I know.
I've been giving it away at my live game show. When I ran across these items, I thought of you too. Enjoy and sell it if you want. Maybe some good dollars.
Ooh, we've not opened it any further.
Let's have a quick look.
That crinkling ASMR.
We've got Australia in Facts and Figures from number 92. That's cool. Australian Birds and Animals. That's pretty unique.
Ooh.
What's this?
16mm films from Australia.
Australia's cities and states. There's a lot of them locked down at the moment, so that's probably good to have them so we remember who they are. A look at Australia and a bit of San Martin. So that's
amazing.
Pretty cool. We'll have to have a close look at them after live.
Close look right now.
And the last thing.
Thank you very much, Nana Tink's Treasures.
Thank you, Trish. That's much appreciated.
That's really cool.
The last thing we want to talk about before getting Crystal on is this jacket. So I don't know if you guys saw in the unboxing vid, the Chicago Bulls jacket that we pulled out. So we're actually going to raffle this off over on Instagram.
Our first ever raffle.
Our first raffle, considering we won a raffle today, we thought we would repay the favor and put this nice, it's definitely 90s, starter Chicago Bulls jacket. There's no amazing print on the back, which is
Bummer.
unfortunate, but that Chicago Bulls on the front is amazing. So we'll do a little bit of a raffle over on Instagram, so stay tuned for that. Probably 20 spots at $10. So if you're interested, come on over and we'll raffle that off pretty shortly.
That'd be fun.
54 in the chat, so it's probably a good time to get our man Carboot Chris on if he's ready to go. Give us a little thumbs up in the background and we'll get him on. A few more dropping in.
Extreme Dynamat is thermal barrier
for your car. There you go.
To help the sound system. Sold within 2 days for 200.
Wow, that's
plus
insane.
posts.
Well done, Matt. That's awesome.
Man, I'll be looking out
What
for that.
size
now.
is the jacket? The jacket is a medium, but I reckon
It's a big medium,
more
though.
like a
look,
larger an XL because that would probably fit me. So that's a nice one.
It'll just be nice and baggy.
All right, so we'll get Chris on and have a chat. Admin denied me, no receipt, no video. There you go. I'm in on that Bulls jacket for sure.
Oh, cool.
Yay, raffle. All right. Yes, we are from Australia, and Malcolm's here as well. Sell quick, ship quick. We'll get Carboot Chris on and have a chat about his challenge so far. G'day, Chris.
All right, guys.
Thank you for joining us. I think you're our lone UK because Georgina was in, but she had some
She's a
stuff
busy
she needed
lady.
to deal with.
Now.
I think you're holding up the.
She couldn't handle it.
Yeah, I think you're holding up the UK and keeping us Aussies in check. So thank you for joining in on the challenge. How's it been for you so far?
It's been good, actually. Yeah. I don't often get involved in these challenges. I really can't be bothered with them, but I like your one. I like the idea behind it. And it's just interesting to see what you can actually turn like a very, very small amount of money into.
Yeah, that's sort of where we wanted to go with it at the start. We're like, it'd be interesting to see what you can turn $5 into because I guess, I know a lot of people are probably going through hard times all over the world at the moment. So maybe it's something that people can look at and say, well, actually, I can potentially make a bit of a living out of $5 if I really put my mind to it. So yeah, I think it's a cool little challenge. How has sourcing been for you? Has there been too many lockdowns? Has it been a problem or are you sort of doing okay with that?
I'm doing okay with it, really, to be honest. Whilst lockdown's been on, I sort of turned to sourcing online completely. So I was buying bulk lots from wholesalers, also buying off eBay and selling back on eBay has really worked well for me, especially like bulk job lots. Not necessarily like one-off items, but if you can try and find sort of bundles and job lots, then splitting it up and selling it back on eBay. At the minute, most things are open now in the UK. So majority of charity shops are back open. Car boots are back running again, albeit a lot of car boots have sort of taken the stance that they don't want to risk opening up, so they're not opening. So, but I mean, round here there's quite a lot that are open, so everything's almost business as usual.
As close as it can be. I think there's always going to be a little bit of like a little bit of changes now, like permanently, even once the once COVID's completely gone. I think things will change a little bit. So I think it's opened up a lot of our minds to different sourcing opportunities. Well, actually, I did the same thing that you did today on a bunch of shirts that was on eBay. So hopefully that goes well for us. But I did want to sort of talk about where you're sitting on the ladder, because you are sitting right up there. You're definitely giving us Aussies a run for our money. So I'm going to bring up the leaderboard. So hopefully everyone can see that. We've got Drew right at the top, smashing along at over $4,000 now. He took a little bit of a step back for a little while until Chris Thornton got on his tail. So he's right up there. We've got Gary, and then we got Chris in at number 4 right there. Definitely in the hunt. So looks like you've been doing a lot of bulk buys, which is why your units of stock is like in the negative because of the way we're entering on the back end. But from that video, it looks like you got quite a lot of stock on hand to sort of sell through at the moment.
Yeah, I've got tons of stuff. I worked out just before we came on. I've currently got 113 items in the challenge still for sale.
Wow.
I've sold 33 items so far. I don't know if that kind of works on there or not, but it's a bit complicated because of the way I'm recording it.
Yeah. We got it at 37, but there has been some duplicates and stuff that we need to go back on and fix up, which does happen. So
pending admin verification.
When it says pending admin verification, it means that we haven't ticked it off or haven't been able to fix the duplicates yet. So definitely right up there though, and plenty of stock on hand, which is great to see. So we sort of picked out a few of your items pre-show that you had sold already. I picked sort of 4 of that lot that you sent me so we could have a bit of a chat about that. So I'll bring them up if I can work out how to do it.
This is always the test.
Especially when it's in pictures, because it doesn't work the same.
We have a great idea. Hopefully we can do it.
I'm pretty sure that's one of them. So this one here, Chris, when you can see that. Yamaha, what was that piece there?
This was part of a 3-piece set that I bought on like a garage sale hunt that we have down here. Like they call them jumble trails.
Yep.
And I paid £20 for this particular item. I just bought it on a hunch really, because obviously Yamaha, really good make. The guy on the store was you know, you take it with a pinch of salt, but he was telling me that it was worth a good couple £100. So I don't really do electronics. That's the thing. So I buy very few electronics. I've not had a lot of luck with them in the past. I tend to get them home and they're broken. So I took a chance on it. But I mean, £20. I mean, what did it sold for? 130.
Yeah, it was right up there, I think.
With shipping on top.
Yeah.
And shipping on top of that as well. I don't do free shipping.
That's
I'm impressed.
20 into 130, and that's double in Australia as well, pretty much, with the conversion rate. So
yeah,
you're looking at 40 into about $250 there, that's pretty impressive. That's sort of things that a lot of us dream of finding. And it wasn't just that as well, because you had the speakers as well, I believe. I'll see if I can get them up.
Carboot Chris now does electronics.
Yeah.
Well, when you're making sales like that, you're definitely going to get into it, aren't you? So how much did this pair go for?
These sold for $250.
Wow.
I put them up for £299. Actually, as part of the bundle, these cost £10.
Yeah.
So I put them up for $299. No clue whatsoever. The only thing that I picked up with these was when I had a look at them, they were really, really heavy. So I'm thinking, these are heavy. They're probably worth something. So I just picked them up. But yeah, apparently this brand, Usher, never heard of it in my life, but they were really good speakers.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So Chris has been tracking the prices for us very well. So that's why we can approve those when we have records of the sales, and he's even been getting them to like sign on it. So that's been helping us as well in that
He's winding
sense.
you up.
He's trying to push some buttons. But yeah, it is very hard to sort of keep on top of those sort of purchases. So if you're doing it the right way, we can improve it. But if it's just word of mouth, then it is hard to sort of approve them. So
I want hard evidence.
yeah, we do need evidence. Drew's calling an inquiry on your sales, I think. I don't know why,
Get in
because
touch with Frankie.
he's already smashing the sales. So he doesn't need
The thing is, guys, right? If I've lied to you, then I'm lying to the tax man as well, because I'm sending you my ledger entry that is going on my tax report.
Yeah, exactly. So
PSA, do not lie to the tax
I'm not going to lie to the tax man.
not a good idea, is it? Can't find anything for the $5 challenge. I know it is tough, especially with the lockdown and stuff. I know Mike was not too heavily in lockdown, but that first item is definitely hard. Jazzy's mum is loving your accent. So things, 3 things. Yep. I've lost count of how many items I've got. Here we go. Drew's winding up with your -30 in stock. That's all got to do with the bulk buys. Malcolm wants to know if the accent is from Manchester.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Mancunian.
There you go. Down in Devon now, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we sold that one there. I'll see what else we had on the list there.
Show us the sales.
Here's something a bit different. You're gonna have to explain this one to me because I have no idea what that is.
It's a Calgary, I think it's Calgary Flames jersey.
Like a NHL or
I think it's ice hockey.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, we don't have that.
That's very cool. And how much did you end up getting on that one?
Well, this one I purchased. I do quite a lot of purchasing via YouTube from my channel. So sometimes people will contact me and say, do you want to buy this? I've got a load of stock to sell. Do you want to buy that? And also vice versa, I'll sell a lot of stuff to subscribers as well.
That's brilliant.
And this was a mental purchase. I bought this with a football jersey, and this was my first thing. So I spent my $5 on 2 jerseys, and this was one of them.
Yeah.
I think this went for £50. Was it 50 something like that?
I think I've got your other one here as well, which might have been the other part of it. This Umbro.
Yes, that's an Everton Football top.
Wow. And how much did you get on that one as well?
Well, it was kind of 50-50 on that other one. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty nice. Like if I saw that, I'd know Umbro and looking at that it was decent, but I'd have no idea that it was worth that much, and I probably would have left it because I don't really understand soccer that well, or football as you guys call it. So I guess that's a bit of an education for us. If you are seeing this sort of stuff out in a thrift store, does it get faked a lot, Chris? Like, is it something you have to know?
That's the big issue with this stuff. Soccer shirts, football shirts get faked so much. And the worrying thing is the fakes are really, really good now. I mean, you can do Thailand, I think it was last year.
Yeah.
Some of the fakes I had over there, you'd be hard pushed to notice the difference. If you don't know what you're looking at, you're really potentially going to pick up some fakes.
Is it mostly the tags and the stitching and the inside that you're sort of looking for on that? Like,
yeah, the tags, the badges. You see, like that middle badge there. Most of those badges are stitched, and they normally get the badge wrong in some way, so it won't look perfect. So some of the stitching might be wrong, or the writing on it won't be level inside. So the badge often is a giveaway, but a lot of the time the actual shirt itself is really good.
Yeah, well, that's a bit of an education for us Aussies, because we don't really see that very often, but when I do, I don't know well enough. I see a lot of Manchester stuff and I'm like, I have no idea like if it's worth money or if it's real. So same with like, and it gets done with AFL jerseys and NBA and NBL and lots of stuff. So I guess it's the same sort of things. You're looking for that quality, and a lot of the ones that have the patches on the front, the fake ones will have like all that white crap on the back of the numbers and stuff, like when you turn it inside out. So yeah, it's definitely something to learn, and I definitely need to get better at that sort of stuff, because soccer's one market that we definitely haven't cornered. So
Once you get your head around it, though, so much money to be made.
if you know what you're doing, for sure. Looks like we've got a few people dropping in as well, so thanks for that. Look, Mum, I'm hustling should be on their way pretty shortly, Drew and Sarah. So if they're on their way in, that'd be cool to have them come on shortly. So from here on out, what's your sort of strategy going to be, Chris? Just more of that bulk sort of buying and flipping like that? Or are you going to sort of try and go for some higher end stuff and get some bigger dollars on the board? What's the sort of thought?
Well, the plan for me was never to do the higher end stuff. I just got a bit lucky with those things. My mantra, if you like, was always what you plant now, you harvest later. So
Yep.
I've been buying big lots of stuff, splitting it up, putting it on, keep going. And then now it's slowly coming out. The sales are coming out. So rather than like have one or two big sales a week or a month or whatever, my sales seem to be coming in now every day. So that's why it seems to be going up on a sort of regular basis.
Yeah.
Going rising to the top
I
now.
have been seeing a few entries trickling through as well, so I'm sure it's going to keep rolling, which is sort of a little bit of what our strategy was. We bought a couple of bulk lots that we're sort of entering as we go. So yeah, it's definitely sort of our strategy. We've got probably, I don't know, 40 shirts out of one bulk lot that we're sort of trickling through.
So. And it's over that 6-month period, so really you can plan ahead and run the long race.
I do like that sort of strategy. I know that Ken was going to go pretty hard on his media, but they've gone into full lockdown stage 4, so they can't actually go any further than 5K from the house, and it has to be for like a legit reason. So Victoria is very strict at the moment, and they're all sort of struggling over there. So I've had a couple Vickies message me today and yesterday and say, look, we're going to have to pull out because we're not going to be able to get any stock. And yeah, so it is a bit of a shame that a lot of Victorians are going to struggle to be a part of it, but I'm hoping they get on top of it in this 6 weeks and maybe they'll be able to have a 6-week run at the end. So
yeah, that's a bummer. I hope no one pulls out completely, because even if you're sitting down the bottom, like,
it's cool to still, I think, like keep an eye on it and see what else everyone's doing and still be a part of it and like sort of follow along.
Get buying online.
Yeah, there you go. Buying online, getting it delivered. Another option. So
I'm realizing that I like having stock arrive at my door.
Looks like we've got Look Mum, I'm hustling in the background. If you guys are ready to go, give us a thumbs up if your audio and that's all sorted. We're all good. We'll get them on. We'll have a bit of a chat with everyone and see what's going on.
Look, Mum, I'm hustling.
What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us again. It's been a little while since we've had you on together. And us together. So
and Sarah.
Yeah, thanks for coming along tonight. You guys are tracking along in the challenge. So where are you guys sort of at the moment with it? And we'll get into some of your sales shortly.
I think the last time I checked was about a week ago, and we were sitting at number, I think, 22nd at the time. Someone overtook us on one of our streams the other night, I think. So I think we're pretty slipped out about 23. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep, 23. So $531 in sales, which is that's a good effort from $5. Like you kind of think like, oh yeah, I'm here when there's people smashing it, but that's huge from $5 really when you think about it. Like
100%.
That's quite a good effort. You got about 10 items in your stock at the moment as well that you can hopefully sell through and a bit of cash on hand. So
money in the kitty.
That's
we got $400.
Yeah, quite a bit.
So we'll get into a little bit of what you guys have been selling. I asked you guys to send some photos through. So let's see if we can do this without breaking it. Because
Toby saying hit refresh. Did he just jump up to number 1?
He probably did. Let's go with this one first because this was a pretty cool item that you guys picked up and you ended up doing it on a bit of a raffle. So tell us the story behind this absolute grail of a piece.
So we had July was like pretty crazy in terms of like sourcing for us. We were getting like just bangers, like pretty much like a hectic banger like this, pretty much every thrift.
Yeah.
So you've seen this one. You can explain it a bit more, I guess.
Yeah. So we're like finalizing everything we're doing because we had a 50% off coupon. So we're just like culling back and seeing what we needed and what we didn't. And then Drew was like comping some shoes, and we just sort of like to stand together when you're comping so it doesn't look like you're being super obvious. But I saw like the blue in the distance, and I was like, I'll be right back. He's like, no, you got to stand here. And I'm like, I'll be right back. And I like ran over, and there was like this other girl in front of me. She grabbed like was it like a North Face?
I think it was a North Face one. It was like similar style, but all red. And that one wasn't like vintage as far as I could tell.
And like I just like sort of like went up, and I was just like yoink, and like I went back over to the shoes. And,
So Drew almost prevented the awesome pickup.
I always walk away. We have like maybe 3 attempts before I actually go to the checkout.
Yeah. Don't listen to me ever. That's the key.
And how much was that one again? How much did you pay? Sorry?
I had 30 on it. It was like a white. That place in particular just puts white tags and everything and marks them up. You don't really get like the colored salvos sort of weekly sales. So I had 30 on a white tag and we got half off. So 15.
15. And you ended up raffling at 20 spots at 10, was it? Is that right?
Yeah, so I had a look around. There was 1 or 2 similar items with that sort of patch and like tag and stuff on Depop, and they were all around the $200 mark. So I'm like, let me raffle it off. There was a fair bit of interest in it. It helped us sort of kickstart the challenge, gave people a few dollars to spend on a gamble, I guess. But it went at 9 spots, so 180. Yeah,
that's right. I do remember that now.
We've heard some cool alternative sourcing ideas, but I love that as a selling idea to kick it off.
A raffle, get some money.
Can't raffle just any old item, but no, that was a very nice one.
Otherwise, if we had listed it, I think it would have sat for like too long to like enter as the challenge. It might have went as because it's like winter and snow season here now, but raffle would just get rid of that thing straight away.
Strategy.
It's a good strategy. Chris, do you sort of see too much of that Rip Curl stuff over there? Does that get over to UK?
Yeah, you do see quite a bit of Rip Curl, yeah. I'm not sort of more like T-shirts rather than ski wear.
Yeah, that's a pretty rare sort of find, I'd say, in terms of thrifting scale. But Look Mum and Hustling seem to pull a lot of that stuff. So you got to keep an eye on them because they'll pull these sort of crazy items here and there.
The magnet.
Dynamic couple for the high-end stuff. So that was a nice little bit of boost to the kitty. I had a couple other items here as well that you guys have sold. We will go in... Which one? Let's go.
Small announcement. Captain Op Shop Nerd officially just ticked over 2K.
Oh, did he?
Ooh.
Backstreet Boys. So you picked that up and you ended up flipping that to Retro Rescuers, right? So that was a nice quick flip, bit of money.
Yeah, that was like one of those. I've 4 or 5 like moments on the thrift where you grab that item and you're just like giddy, like you're just like you want to scream. I actually swore really loudly to you. And the staff, the lady behind us who knows we're regulars now is like, just letting you know when you're ready, bring the baskets down and I'll start getting it ready for you. I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't realize I was like staff member there. But yeah, pick that one up. I think it was like $9,
something like that. Yeah.
But yeah, just that single stitch on that top heavy tag was just crazy and really.
What year was it?
Sorry,
what year was it?
98. It was like it's hard to tell, either 98 or 99.
Yeah, some of those dates really sort of rub real thin. There was an Aussie shirt that we struggled to date, but that's a crazy
fades out, and you're just like, is it 1991? Is it 99?
Is that an 8 or a 6?
I think I probably would have let out a little bit of a yelp there as well if I found that one.
Oh, you definitely would have.
Yeah,
and
he was
in the reselling
member.
Yeah, so the member lab was another instance where I was like, can't contain myself.
Do you see many vintage sort of shirts as well, Chris? Do you pick up much of them in your op shops? Are they sort of more of the wholesalers that you get your stuff from?
Probably a mixture, really. I quite like buying the vintage, from wholesale and bulk job lots and that. Although it can come with its own risks. I've had some crap as well. But yeah, you do see stuff, definitely. Yeah.
It's kind of cool to see like how international this sort of like reselling is. Like you can find that in Australia, and you could just as well find it in the UK, and same with the US. It might be slight variations on different tags and stuff, but it's you can share your bolos and potentially find them in other places. So that's kind of cool. So that was another nice little find from Look Mum. And then I got one more here, which there's a bit of a story behind. So you guys are going to have to explain this one a bit because you sold it for a very good price.
What?
But you ended up finding it was probably worth a bit more than you got for it. So give us a little bit of a rundown on this one.
Yeah, so we've like relatively recently, we're like just on a bit more of a mission to get shoes in the store.
Yeah.
We've seen you guys flip them in the past. There's other sort of US resellers that live primarily off shoes. So wanted to dip our toes in. These were what, $6 I wrote down? Yeah, they were $6.
Oh,
Didn't really compliment the time other than searching the model number. But you get a bunch of different colorways and stuff, so it's a bit hard to narrow down what that particular color is going to go for. Listed them up and they sold in 4 minutes.
And why did they sell so quick, Drew? Like, what was the story behind the actual shoe?
Yeah, so we actually got an offer like within the first minute at 50, and I was like, just neglected it, and then 2 minutes later it sold for full price. I was like, oh, that's a bit hectic. Maybe I've done something wrong here potentially. And then like went to post on Instagram to sort of show off the quick flip, and a fellow reseller that knows their shoes way more than we do obviously just gave us the heads up that there are Facebook groups that buy these, like buy ASICs in particular, for a lot more than this. In this color, goes for about $300 apparently.
So there's certain colorways, and I had no idea about this when Drew sent me a message. I was like, what? There's certain colorways, and because it's a men's shoe, right? But in like a pinky purple color.
Well, the reason this one goes for a bit more, they are a women's shoe, but the larger women's sizes the men tend to wear here. It's like as far as I'm aware, like the Western Sydney sort of rap scene, there's like a whole scene here. They're really into the ASICs. It's sort of like their Yeezys to a degree, I guess you'd say. But yeah, this color just went crazy, and the larger size was hot. It was a hot item. 4 minutes.
That's so funny because I used to work in a sports store, and to me that's just an ASICS running shoe. Like, there's no way I would have thought picking it up that I was probably that was in really good condition, so I probably would have thought 65, but you got 95 for it, and you probably could have got more. So I guess you never know.
Might not have got the full 300 on eBay, but I reckon if at 200 it still would have been a sellable sort of price. But the person that bought it off us is going to make another $100 plus off them, I'd imagine. So
everybody wins.
Yeah, that's insane. So it's worth probably like doing a bit of research in these sorts of things. We've had a pair of shoes that did the same thing, some Dan Gable ASICS wrestling shoes that we probably could have sold for 250 that we sold for 90, because when we did comps we couldn't tell that there was a difference, but once we realized we bought them and looked into it, we found out they're worth a lot more. So Chris, do you pick up a lot of shoes? Do you sort of have those sort of niche-y type things that happen like that?
No, not shoes. It is something that I need to start looking at, because people keep commenting on my boot sale videos that I'm missing trainers and shoes. I just don't know what I'm looking at. I mean, like them ASICS pink things, I probably wouldn't have even looked twice at them, to be honest. Because ASICS over here, I mean, I don't even know if it's a big brand, but I always thought it was a fairly cheap brand of sportswear, ASICS.
Well, there's some pretty high-end trainers like the Nimbus and the Keanu with like, for us they're like $250. I don't know, 120 pounds, I suppose.
But those are specific styles.
Yeah, specific styles, but yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I need to do better with shoes and trainers. I really do.
Very easy to comp. There's always a model number on the tag. You can just search that straight away.
Yeah, but I can't even imagine like how many we've looked past like in the past, because we've only just started recently looking at them. So yeah, we could have walked past so many of them.
Yeah, we pick up quite a lot of shoes and usually do quite well. Sometimes they sit for a while, but if you do a little bit of a cleanup and stuff, you can usually get some pretty good money on them. So
as long as you're happy to go digging around in someone's secondhand shoe to find that number to look up, you're all
right. Good. So that was sort of 3 of your sales that you put through. You got a bit of stock on hand at the moment. What are you sort of sitting on that you think is probably going to be your next sort of few sales, you reckon?
So we've got a few things just to show while we're here. I'm getting to that point where I've lost track of half of the stuff, but this is like a vintage sort of Bugs Bunny. I don't know what the brand. I think it's like a Japanese brand, but it's got like fluffy embroidered stuff.
That's cool.
It did sell on eBay, but then the buyer never paid, so it's relisted again. Looking for about 100 for that one.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Would you say that's vintage?
Yeah, it is 90s. I can't remember exactly how it was titled. And then this is the Rip Curl one. This would be 90s as well that we found like last week.
Nice. A bit of a Rip Curl run. Oh yeah, that's nice.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually when you see those logos like that, it's usually around that 90s period, and they're the ones that a lot of people are hot on. I know Kira got some over the weekend at a
She had a really good run.
at a what was it? At a Carboot, I don't even know.
These guys up as well, the Nike gloves, waiting for them to go.
What the?
What do you got on these at the moment?
150. Probably asking a bit much, but they're pretty dope.
Get on it, people. Go buy yourself some.
If you need
hot
some
kicks.
stuff, head over to Look Mom Hustling because they will
model these ones on Depop.
Yeah, because they're your size. You're debating whether or not to use them.
It's like bigger than your head.
That's really cool. So bit of stock in. Are you doing much on Depop with the $5 challenge or mostly just eBay?
Like that sort of stuff, yeah, it'll be on Depop. The stuff we're getting now is sort of the $10 to $15 stuff that's we're looking to get 100 for rather than chipping away at all the smaller stuff. But yeah, the shoes are on Depop as well, but the jackets, probably all of it, I guess.
Yeah, well, like not like so we had like D-Stars earlier in the comp, so we wouldn't put those ones on Depop, but yeah, probably not jeans that we have listed, but yeah, definitely other things for sure.
I think Andrew's having a bit of a crack at you there, Chris, with your 60-second tips, which he reckons.
So old. It's so old. Come on.
He's joined us late, but it's fair enough.
Appreciate
Rip Curl
it,
Fire. We've been picking up a bit of Rip Curl lately, guys. It's pretty insane. Chris, what do you reckon is going to go next for you, Chris? What's your sort of hot item that's sitting there at the moment that you reckon is going to probably sell pretty quickly?
I've got a load of, just for Op Shop Nerd. I've got loads of stock here that I'm about to list this afternoon. It's going to fly out. So,
is he chasing you?
Really, to be honest with you, I've got some nice, tasteful karate sort of figurines that I picked up.
Tasteful. Oh Lord. That's different.
What are they? Yeah, I've got a set of 3 of these.
That's interesting.
So, I don't know, maybe £30 each.
You got to write stick them up in the title for sure.
Stick them up.
Got to stick what? Sorry.
You got to write stick them up in the title.
Yeah. I don't think I've got enough room.
It's pretty cool.
Really. I've got that many items, to be honest with you. I've got 113 items at the moment, so anything could go at any moment.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Toby's been putting in some sales while we've been live. He just said he added 60 in, so he's sneaking up the ladder. I did have a quick look just before, and it looks like he's very close to Chris. So he's I think he's trying to overtake him while we're live. Let's have a quick look. We've got Chris still at number 4 by what's that? $13.
So close.
He didn't pip you, Chris. So you're still in the lead. You're still holding it up for the UK. So being UK, do you have any trash talk for us Aussies that are behind you on the ladder like ourselves? You want to give us a bit of a blast or anything while you're
tell us how it's done
while you're here?
No, not really. No. I haven't got a chance of, really. I didn't expect to be in 4th, to be honest with you, because I mainly deal with sort of my kind of figures as kind of £20 to £40, £20 to £50 items mostly. A lot of 10 to 20s as well. I very rarely do anything over 50 quid, So I got lucky a few times. So. People like Drew and that, they're selling like massive items that I've got nowhere near selling anything like that. So
there's something to be said for consistency.
Yeah, definitely. Like that ticking along. I think it's just getting off the mark at the start is the hardest, like those first sort of 2 or 3, and then you've got the money to spend. So we've got a couple dropping in. We've got Global Thrifters. And Brad's dropped in as well. He's late. That's very much okay. We've got Grant and Lee here with us as well. They're doing very well in the challenge, right up there. So yeah, we're sort of ticking along. We've got a couple months left on the challenge. So I think we've got about 3 months to go. So we're pretty much halfway through. So it's going to be interesting to see if anyone cracks the 10K. That's my sort of
10K.
Yeah, I reckon it's possible.
Well, it was 1K when we started.
Yeah,
you
well,
say, no, I'll be happy to get to 1K. Now it's 10.
I will be happy. I won't be getting to 10K because we're not buying enough stuff for the challenge. But I'm sure someone will definitely be getting there, and I think maybe 1 or 2. So it'll be interesting to see who cracks it, because that's a pretty big figure from $5, which is kind of part of the whole thing. So
$5 in 6 months. Oh my god,
it's pretty impressive.
What happens? Can I ask what happens at the end? So if you've got stock left over, like what are we doing with that?
It's going to be the total position. So your sales plus your stock will be your total position at the end. So say you've got
value of stock listed, or
so the stock that you've bought for the challenge and you've got it listed is going to be combined with your total sales, and that will be your total figure. So
because it is still an asset.
Yeah, it's an asset on
gained.
hand. Obviously, you might not sell it for full price, but it's the amount that you paid for it is what it would add up to. So
okay,
but we can break it down several ways as well. So it's going to be interesting to see. There might be like,
I'm thinking like best sale, which is going to be very hard to top because Christian's $1,500 shirt. Which
good
is
luck,
insane.
everybody.
I'm thinking we'll probably do best ROI somewhere in there as well, like someone that's picked something up for 50 cents and sold for $100 or something like that. Obviously, we're going to have the top 3 that there's a cash prize attached to, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think it'll just be the last one will be a bit of a review, I think, of just everyone that's been a part of it. We'll run 2 or 3 more of these between now and then, but the last one will sort of invite as many people as they want to come and have a chat about the challenge, because 6 months is a long period of time, but it's definitely a cool thing to see. So,
and if you have more than $5 at the end, you're a winner.
Yeah, well, essentially, right? Michael's dropped a $5 super chat for Flipper's late fee, so Flipper might have to forward his $5 onto Michael, I think.
He's got you covered, Flipper. That's a real fee, by the way.
Thank you, Michael. We appreciate the $5. It's not required. Apparently, Money Mental, his $5 thrift challenge, he's on £6,000.
Incredible effort.
Would you believe that, Chris? Is that something you would believe from old Andrew?
Believe nothing that this man says. Believe nothing.
I didn't say it. I'll leave the UK fight to the UK, I think. But thanks for dropping in. Let me use my death pile. I could crack 10K in a week. I think if we could all use our death piles, there'd be some pretty serious numbers on that board. So we'll have to keep the death pile out. Unfortunately, Ken is in shutdown, so he might have to work on some new ways to do some sourcing, which it's going to be tough over there at the moment, I think. So definitely feeling it for the Vic guys. So I think that's probably one thing that we've sort of learned from COVID. It's not a bad thing to have a bit of a stockpile. Is that sort of something you sort of agree with, Chris, being the way things have been?
I had so much death pile when all this kicked off. I had tons of stuff, and I got through loads of it. I mean, I was still ordering a lot of stuff online as well, but I really made a conscious effort to get through the death pile. And I think, I'm down to probably half a dozen boxes, standard sort of moving size boxes full of stuff. But I'm quite confident, really, to be honest with you. If we had another serious lockdown, what it's taught me is that there's always a way to find stock. There's always a way to source. So I don't think, I don't know what everyone's source is, but I don't think there's a reason for anyone not to be able to find stuff.
Yeah, I think it's
attitude.
Yeah, it's been a great learning curve for everyone, like in terms of, not only, ways of finding stuff, but also like, being able to look back at your stock and go, all right, maybe I need to change some stuff up here to get that out the door. Finding those markets that are really hot at the moment. Like, I don't know if you guys had a huge rush on like board games and puzzles and stuff, Chris, but in Australia, we had a pretty big uptick really quickly. So
the UK always does more board games.
Yeah.
People were selling tons of board games and stuff, and computer games as well, because obviously a lot of people are housebound. So yeah, that was doing really well. I didn't have a lot of board games anyway, but I know a lot of people did.
Yeah, definitely. Paul's asking if you're full-time or part-time. So I'll let you talk about that.
Full-time since September last year. So coming up to a year full-time now.
And
God, I feel like you were just announcing
yeah,
that.
that's gone really quick.
I know.
How's
I
it?
know, it's blown by that. I mean, I was part-time since 2015, so part-time for a long time.
Do you feel like that transition's worked for you? Like, do you feel comfortable where you are now, or would you, looking back at that year, is there anything that you would sort of, like, as Jazzy's sort of just going full-time now as we sort of speak over the last eight weeks, is there any sort of advice that you'd give to people in that transition period?
Yeah, don't watch YouTube.
You don't want people to watch your YouTube, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm really guilty of getting distracted very easily, and especially when you're working in the house in your own home, it's really hard. I find it really hard to sort of be dedicated and sit and list and do your work, because stuff needs doing. The dog needs walking. You then know, shall I just go and stick telly on for half an hour, or you watch something on YouTube? Your time goes, and before you know it, you've not done what you wanted to do at the start of the day. But I think the best thing that I can say is to get up at a decent early time. Don't lie, because you work from home, it don't mean you can lie in bed all morning. Just got to be like partly regimented, I think.
I agree.
And get up at a decent hour. So I try and get up like 7:30-ish, and then if you can get a lot of stuff done first thing in the morning, it makes you feel a lot better, because sometimes you can get to like lunchtime if you've only done a few listings, and then I start panicking. I start thinking I haven't done enough work today, and it's already lunchtime.
Yeah.
So yeah, I try and get as much as you can done.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we've noticed as well. Like, Jazzy's been getting up the same sort of time when I leave for work, which is quite early, and she'll just finish off those last couple of packages that we didn't get to the night before because they came in late. But then it's like straight into listing, and by that sort of lunchtime to mid-afternoon, the listings are pretty much where we want them to be, and then any extra is bonus. And then you start the process all over again of packing the current stock, and yeah, it's kind of like a never-ending cycle, is it? When you are full-time. So it's a different game.
It's a really interesting thing, because you feel like, right, I've finished what I needed to do, and I'll just keep going. There's actually no end in sight. So you kind of have to tell yourself when to finish. Otherwise, you'll just be, if you're awake, you're working.
Yeah. Last night on Chris's live, he was trying to convince wife Belle to give up full-time. So you're trying to get Belle to come full-time with you as well, Chris?
Well, I had a conversation with her a couple of weeks ago, and just a kind of like open conversation, just to say, look, if you fancy it, then let me know, and we'll have a conversation about it, and we'll run some numbers, see if it can work. She's not really up for it, to be honest with you. She doesn't get it as much as what I get it, and also sort of not having that solid wage. Somebody who's got sick pay, someone who's got holiday pay, all that kind of stuff does mean quite a lot, when you're starting out. So I don't think she'll ever go full time with me. I don't think she will.
I think that's the big challenge, going from 1 to 2. Like, I know that we were looking at our numbers, and
it's a big difference to cover 2.
Yeah, it's a big difference to cover 2. So
I think if we were to do it as a couple, I think we would then also have to rent out some space somewhere. Yeah. We'd have to get some office space. I mean, that's what I'd like to do probably long term anyway, is having not a storage unit. I'm just not into that at all. I just don't like the idea of having a storage unit, but an office where I can store stock and work at the same time. Like, a blank space where you can work in it.
Yeah, it definitely gets on top of you when you're at home. Like, there's bits and pieces everywhere. You've got stuff coming out your ears, and there's no, like, it doesn't matter how many times you sort of create your space. It's never as fluid as you'd like it to be. Whereas if you had a blank canvas, you can kind of start from scratch, I think. So, DBG's dropped in. Good to see you. Thanks for being here, Leanne.
Wonderful.
Here's a good question. Look, while I'm hustling. So you guys are both working pretty much full time at the moment. Any plans of either of you going to a full-time eBay or upping your hours on eBay at all?
They were definitely part-time. We put it pretty.
We joked that we're sort of casual sellers.
It's sort of, I guess it would be 2 full days, like equivalent to a job. Like would do a full day of sourcing, then a full day of listing, then sort of chip away at little bits and pieces throughout the nights, throughout the week. But yeah, no immediate plans to go full-time. We definitely need to build up more of like a financial sort of safety net at this point. So saving, paying off debt, and then just building up the business at the same time, and then suck some money out of it. And then
by the end of the challenge.
Maybe in a year or something, I'll think about it.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move, like building up to it and not just, dropping and going unless you have to. But yeah, I think you guys are on the right path. And you guys, like your growth last month was 25% or something. So you're definitely on the right path. That's impressive for sure.
It's not for everyone, though. I mean, I remember last time when we spoke to Chris and Belle together, even then, that was months and months ago. And she was saying that she just might go a little bit crazy if she was a full-time eBayer, because we all just need different things out of our day.
Yeah.
Different interactions.
She's a socialite, and I'm not. She's much more of a social person. She likes that aspect of going to work and speaking to people and stuff, whereas I'm a bit more antisocial.
I think I fit in well with what Chris's regime is. So before, we've got a couple things we want to touch on before we leave, but before we go any further, I've dropped both the links for these channels in the description. So you've got Carboot, Chris Cookie, and the Haydens is in the description. If you haven't checked out Chris's stuff, head on over. Always good to chat. We miss a lot of your lives because it's always when we're asleep. But do try to catch them back on a bit of replay. And we've got Look Mom Hustling, always smashing out quality content, definitely right up there in top 2 editors in Australia, I'd say, in terms of reselling.
We love an edit.
Him and Rob both go hard. So definitely check them out. You guys want to do a quick, if there's anything coming up on your channel at all, Chris, that people should be tuning into and having a look at?
I've actually been inspired by Rob, believe it or not.
He'll be proud of
that. A while back, when I first started watching Rob's channel, I loved his voiceovers that he did when he did the tours of the shops and the flea markets and stuff. So a few weeks ago, I started doing that myself when I go around the car boots, and I had a voiceover onto it afterwards, and people seem to be liking it. So I'm going to stick with that. So that's the kind of format I'm using at the minute. So normally I'll do a car boot video once a week with a voiceover. I've probably got 2 this week, actually. And then on a Monday night at 8 p.m. is our live show, which 8 p.m. UK time, which I don't know, that's like 6 a.m. or something over there.
About 5 in the morning. And I always, I used to get up pretty much as you guys were switching off, and I always
So yeah, that's kind of, I aim for like 2 pre-recorded and a live a week. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, that's awesome. Definitely keep an eye out for that. And look, Mom Hustling, Drew and Sarah, what's on the table for you guys this week? I know you did a what sold over the weekend and all that sort of stuff. So what's coming up for you guys?
Yes, we did our July what sold last weekend. If you want to see what we sell here in Australia, go and check that one out. We get a little bit tipsy and talk about our sales. Yeah, that's always fun. Tomorrow we have our bins haul video coming out.
Yeah.
To show off the 40 odd items that we got at the bins a couple of weeks ago. So that's kind of cool. Some cheap items.
Random items.
Very random stuff.
Yeah. But it was like our first time actually hunting through and finding, and yeah, it's pretty good.
And other than that, we have some other sort of more planned out, produced stuff coming out on the way. So working on all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Depends if Archie's good on the filming day or not. So yeah, we'll have another video coming out. Depends on this guy. He's probably going to mark that one.
So make sure everyone heads over to both these channels. Before we go, we'll do our normal game haul update. The game haul is up to over 18,000 now, 18,337 with 470 items sold. So that's ticking along, which is nice.
Thanks, Tori, for popping in.
Hey, Tori. And make sure you check us out on Instagram because we'll be raffling off the Chicago Bulls jacket, starter jacket. I'll probably put it up tomorrow for some spots. And then we'll work out how quickly that sells out to do a live raffle. Size medium, but it's oversized for sure. That would definitely fit me. So it's probably more like a large, extra large. Nice jacket. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. As I said, links in the description for both these channels. Thank you both for joining us. And we will see you next week for another episode of Two Aussie Thrifters.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yep. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.